Hi guys, today I want to do a fuel injectors on my Jeep Grand Cherokee 2008. It's a 3-liter diesel engine. The car has done 205,000 kilometers and the injector has never been checked, so I'm gonna do them and I will show you how to do that, and I also will take them to the test bench in the workshop and you'll be able to see how they are done, not just somehow sticking them onto the car and flipping upside down and then firing up the engine and it all goes wild. Now this one's a proper test bench and it will give you all the readings necessary and tell you if the injectors are fine. So let's do that. So right under the hood, you open the hood, take the noise insulation off, and take this another noise insulation off. Yes, and here is the fuel injectors. It's 3 fuel injectors on each side, and it's very easy to remove this fuel pipe, the fuel drain line. You don't need any special tool, just a couple of fingers. Hope you still have a few. So just push that like a circle round thing, push it upwards, yeah, and that's it, and slightly moving and try to get it off. Yeah, that's it, and it's off. And here you can see there's a small leakage pipe, and that one goes into that one and leaks back in the fuel tank. But on the other side, to access the fuel injectors, you need to remove the air inlet pipe. So release this holding down screw, release the shoe, and release the joint over here, and carelessly moved everything off. And right away, when you will be putting this whole thing back, it needs to come apart, all this rubber insert, and it needs to be wiped clean so there are no traces of oil. As if you just leave it like that, it will be leaking, because now right inside there everything looks fairly clean. There is some small oil mist but no oil leaks. But if you will leave it wet, as well as this small bit as well, wipe it clean, and where it goes in as well, wipe it clean, and you'll be fine. You will have no leaks later on. So on this side as well, it's the same 3 injectors with 3 leakage collecting pipes. So let's get started. Whatever you do, I mean, while taking these fuel pipes off, you mark them. Whatever you mark them, just make sure it's gonna go back in the same position, as well as the injector. When the injector comes out, you put a mark on as well, so after the repairs you will put the same injector back in the same place. Okay, so let's take this drain line off. So one's 17 and one's 18 mil spanner. Okay. Yeah, just put 1, 2, 3. There's a small white tab. You need to lift it up, like that. Press it. Yeah, and it comes off. And you already know the next move. Plug these holes. No, it's not. It's just super dry. Looks clean. Yes, it does. Let's go with number 2. that's number 2. And that's number 3. So it's time to pop them out. Normally, if everything's okay, if the O-rings are fine, they haven't been leaking, and nothing has gone past by the O-rings, or from the other side the copper ring was fine, it should come out by hand. Oh, this one's turning, that's a good sign. Yeah. Well, there is a little dust over here, and the O-ring's gone, but it's been greased. I think it's never been changed or replaced. It looks quite black, to be honest. So this is it. We'll send one away. I'll mark it as number 1 somewhere, and so I know where to put it back. Yeah, it moves and it comes out. Same stuff. Looks quite black and sooty. Other way than that, it's alright. I'll mark it number 2. Not a problem. Same stuff. Don't forget to plug the holes. Yeah, 3 openings are plugged. Let's move on to the other side. And same thing, this one's going to be number 4. This one's number 5. And the last one's number 6. Yeah, before that, let's take these, drain the leakage line off. And now the fuel lines are coming off. Yeah, you really need to find the best spot for the shot. Yeah, it's off. Whoops. Okay, it goes in a clean tray. Number 5 into the clean tray. This one's really tight. I mean, not tight as tight, but it's hard to get onto the nut. And that's number 6 into the clean tray. And I can take the tray away. The electrical connection, yeah, it tabs up. And that tab's broken. Someone has been there before me. When you push that white tab in, you should hear a certain click, and then it slides off. Don't try to break it, pull it too much. You try to, yeah, and that's it, it comes off. And now this one, yeah, it's a bit awkward, but anyway. And of course you plug the holes. And now let's release down the holding bolt. So let's see if these ones will come out as easy as the other side. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, well done. Another one. Yeah, all of them did came out without using any special extraction tool. And the rest is just the same. You plug the holes, and now the injectors are going to go to the injector doctor. We'll check them up and we'll see how they function, and if repairs needed they will be repaired. And join me after I'll mention which ones are good or bad, and we'll be putting them back and we'll see how this beast runs. Now this is how the injectors are tested on a proper test bench. They're tested against some 6 parameters, and I only managed to record one, the first injector, during the testing, and we'll see how the others will perform a bit later on. So guys, I have got the injectors back, and 2 of them needed repair. So 2 injectors repaired, 4 injectors will absolutely okay. So now I'll be installing them back. So let's remove that piece of rag and do everything necessary to clean that opening, so it has to be like spotless inside. Make sure you have a flashlight, you look inside, it's absolutely clean. I normally do, I take a screwdriver, have a piece of rag, and I wind it around and just put it inside and turn it. Make sure you clean it and do all of the openings like that, and we'll start inserting the injectors. So when you've cleaned that opening where you'll put the injector in, make sure you put a new copper gasket, and be aware that there are 3 different sizes of them. Once you will take them out, you measure the thickness and you get the exact same one. And during the dismantling process, I said there should be an O-ring, but there is not. Even in the manual there is no O-ring, so just this one, the sealing ring. So what I normally do, I just grease it with copper compound, and in case anything leaks inside, it's not going to be seized inside, you will be able to get it out easy. So let's put it back in. Yeah, holder number 1, and you guess what, the copper compound as well on the tightening screw. Tightening torque 10 Newton meters. Here's a really valuable tip. Once you put back the injectors, you do not connect the connector and leave this bottom nut released or not fully tight. And then you do crank the engine and wait till the fuel comes out of this connection. Then tighten them all down, put back the connectors, and once you start, the engine will run immediately. And of course you can avoid doing this, just connect everything back straight away as it is, tight it, connector back, and you will need to crank it a bit more than necessary, but that's, you're gonna get along with it anyway, and the engine's gonna run on the end. But to make your procedure shorter, just do it with bleeding off the air. Otherwise it's not so easy for the fuel pump to bleed off all the air and push it out of the system when it's all closed, because the injector has a tiny holes only, and it takes some time. Once you release it through the big opening, that's it, it's gonna go quite fast. Yes, it all runs good, the engine runs smooth, it has no vibration, it has a good drive. So if you consider doing it, guys, you can do it this way. Just make sure you test it properly at the proper test bench, and in case any of them will need to be repaired, do it, and it will run great afterwards. And before you box everything back, make sure you do a proper leakage test. You run the engine, you check all the fuel pipes and everything what was off, make sure it's not leaking, it's all nice and dry, and you're good to go.